What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your RPG082K. It comes with two speakers, so you have one speaker that has the mixer on the back with all of your inputs, outputs, and controls, and then you can connect this speaker to your second speaker here so you have the full range of sound. You also get two stands for your speakers so we can stand them up, a 1/4-inch cable to connect the two speakers, a microphone and an XLR to 1/4-inch cable, an antenna for the FM radio, and a power cable to power your speakers. So the first thing we can do is set up our speakers to our stands. So to do that, we can just take each stand, then you're gonna see these knobs here. The top knob we can use to adjust the height of the stand, and the bottom knob we can use to adjust the legs of the stand. So we'll start by adjusting the legs first, so we're gonna loosen the bottom knob here. Then we can push down on the base of this stand to expand the legs. And we can set the legs as narrow or as wide as we want for our setup. So once you have them spread out the way you want, you can tighten this knob here to lock it in place. So now, like I mentioned, we can use the top knob here to adjust the height of the stand. So we'll loosen this top knob here. Then we're gonna pull up on the top of the stand here. And as you can see, it starts to rise up. And as you pull up, you'll notice these holes here along the stand, which we can use with the safety pin attached to the stand, so that once we have the height set, it won't collapse down when we put the speaker on. So once you set your stand to the desired height, you can take the safety pin and run it through the most bottom hole here. And you'll notice as we set it down, that the safety pin is keeping the stand from sinking back down. And then we can tighten the top knob to lock it in place. And you're just gonna do the exact same thing with the second stand here. So once we have our stands all set up, we can then mount our speakers to the stands. So to do that, we can start with just one of our speakers. And if we look towards the bottom here, you'll see this knob at the bottom. And we can use this to tighten up the pole mount on the bottom of the speaker. So we're just gonna loosen this knob up. Then we'll line up the pole mount on the bottom of the speaker to the top of the stand here, like this. Make sure that it slides onto the top of the stand and it's nice and secure. And then we can tighten the knob back up to fully secure the speaker onto the stand. Then we're gonna do the exact same thing with the second speaker to the second stand. So after we've set up our speakers to the stand, we can then connect the speakers together by taking the included 1/4-inch cable, plug one end into the speaker out on the main speaker here, then plug the other end into the speaker in on the second speaker. After that, you can connect your power cable to the speaker, run it to an outlet, and then turn your speaker on. So now we can take a look at the main speaker here, which has all of the inputs, outputs, and controls for the whole system. So at the top, you'll see we have the USB and SD card input, so we can play music from those sources. We can choose which music source we want to hear from by using the input switch here. We can also use the input button to set the speaker into standby mode so nothing comes out of the speakers. We also have other buttons for music playback, like the skip forward or go back buttons. We have a pause and play button here in the middle. We have a repeat button to repeat our tracks. We also have the EQ button, which can be used for the USB and SD card inputs that will change the overall sound coming from those sources. We can also use the 2-band EQ here to change the sound coming out of our speakers with the bass and treble knob. And we also have a volume knob to control the overall volume coming out of our speakers. We have a mic level knob to control the volume of our microphone once we have that plugged into our mic input here. We can also give our microphone an echo effect by using this echo knob. Underneath, we have the combo jack mic input, so we can connect a mic either by using the XLR to 1/4-inch cable that came included with the set, or you can use an XLR cable to connect a mic also. So I can take the included microphone and the female XLR to 1/4-inch cable, plug the XLR end into my mic, then plug the other end into the mic input. So now I can set the volume for my microphone by raising the mic level knob. And to make sure we're hearing everything coming out of the speakers, we're gonna wanna make sure to raise the volume knob also. If you're not hearing anything coming out of the speakers right away, just make sure that your speakers aren't set to standby mode. And now if I talk into my microphone, check 1, 2, you'll be able to hear my voice coming through the speakers. And while you're using the microphone, don't forget you can also raise the echo knob here. Check 1, 2, and this will give our voice a cool echo effect. So along with the microphone, we can also set up an instrument like a guitar through the line input on the back of the speaker. So to do that, I'm gonna take a 1/4" cable. I'm gonna plug one end into my guitar, then I'm gonna plug the other end into the line input on the back of my speaker. So next I'm gonna raise the volume knob so we hear everything coming out of the speaker. Again, if you're not hearing your guitar at first, just make sure to check the standby mode on the back of your speaker. So now if I raise the volume on my guitar and start to play, you should be able to hear it coming out of the speakers. So with your microphone and guitar plugged in at the same time, this makes for the perfect live performance setup. Now, like I mentioned, there's a few different ways we can play music through our speakers here. So we've got all of these different music sources like the aux input with the RCA aux input here. So we can connect any MP3 devices, record players, DVD or CD players, and much more. We can plug a USB or SD card to play music from those sources. We've got the FM radio, and you can plug in your antenna to strengthen the signal. And we also have Bluetooth so we can pair any smartphone or tablet. So to do that, I'm gonna press the input button until I am set to the Bluetooth mode here. You'll then see the Bluetooth light start to blink, letting us know that it's looking for a device to connect to. So from here, you can take your smartphone or tablet and go into the Bluetooth settings. Search for the device that reads Rockville RPG082K. Click on it to pair, and you'll know your device is paired when the Bluetooth light stops blinking. You'll also want to be sure to raise the volume knob so you hear everything coming out of your speakers once you're connected. So now we can play some music and hear how our system sounds. That sounds great. Very nice. Now we can expand our setup even further by using the line input and the 1/4" and XLR line outputs. So we can use the line input to connect an outside mixer, amplifier, etc. And then we can use the line outputs to send signal of everything coming through the 082K out to any powered speakers, subwoofers, etc. So for example, I have my subwoofer right here that I'm gonna connect to the RPG082K using the line outputs. Remember, you can use either the XLR or 1/4" output depending on the type of connection needed for your speaker or subwoofer, but for today, I'm gonna be using an XLR cable. So I'm gonna use the female end and plug that into the line out on the RPG. Then I'm gonna plug the other end into the line input of my sub. After on, we can power up the sub and raise the volume, and now everything coming from the RPG082K will also come out of the subwoofer. So let's go ahead and hear how that sounds. Oh yeah, hear a lot more bass right now. That's awesome. So remember, you can also follow the same exact steps if you want to set up additional powered speakers instead of subwoofers. And you can also use the line input to connect outside devices like a mixer or amplifier to play music or connect any instruments that way. So because we can plug in a microphone and connect a Bluetooth device like a smartphone or tablet, the RPG082K makes for a great karaoke setup. So to do that, I'll start by setting up my microphone so I can use the included XLR to 1/4" cable, plug the XLR end into my mic, then plug the other end into the microphone input on the back of the speaker. Remember, you can also do this with any other microphone and an XLR cable. So after that, you're gonna raise the mic level knob here to set the mic volume. Then whenever you're ready to sing, you can turn on your mic and you'll hear your voice coming through the speakers. So now that the microphone's all set up, we can now set up our Bluetooth device like our tablet here so we can read along with the lyrics on screen while the music is playing through the speakers. So to do that, the first thing I'm gonna do is set the speaker to Bluetooth mode by pressing the input button until it reaches the Bluetooth mode. Once we're in Bluetooth mode, you'll see the Bluetooth light start to blink, letting us know that it's searching for a device to pair to. So now we can go back to our tablet and go into the Bluetooth settings, search for the device that reads Rockville RPG082K and click on it to pair. And you'll know your device is connected when you see the Bluetooth light is not blinking. And you'll want to be sure to raise the level knob so we hear everything coming out of the speakers. So now on our Bluetooth device, we can search for any karaoke version of a song using the YouTube app, and now we can hear the music coming out of the speakers and read along with the lyrics on screen. And don't forget, you can also use the echo knob to give your voice some extra flair with that echo effect. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your RPG082K. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.